What's up, my little gremlins? Hope everybody had a good 4th of July. Happy birthday, America! Hope everybody was safe, had a great time. I took the two youngest out to watch the local fireworks. It's a good show. Our town usually puts on a very good show. I'm just going to do a little update of where things are at on the big man's truck. Haven't had a lot of time out here. Obviously haven't posted in a while. Took the family on vacation. We went down to Myrtle Beach for a while. Stopped by, saw a friend out in Tennessee for a night. It's always good to see old friends. Love you, Maya. He'll probably never see this, but it's all good. So I've been busy. Put a split window unit up in my kids' room. The room's never had heat or air, really. It's never had a vent plumbed. Our house was built in the 1880s, so that one room upstairs that used to be the attic never had anything ran to it. So, because if you live in the Midwest, you know it's been hotter than Satan's butthole. I went on ahead, put an AC unit up there, ran all that, wired it all in, vacuumed it all down, got that going. Been moving chain link fence around the yard, expanding it. Got a new neighbor who, let's just say he likes to drive his equipment through my yard. So I'm moving my fence down the whole length of my backyard and right to the property line next to him, so he can not drive through my yard and tear it up and then come to me and be like, oh, I tore your yard up, but you know, I got money, so I'm just gonna fix it for you. I don't care. I didn't tell you first, ask you, nothing. Either way, that doesn't matter. Neighborhood drama. He's an alright guy. He's just weird. But so anyway, as far as the truck, so we had the motor, transmission, everything out of this thing. This thing was just a frame when I drug it in here. The cab was hanging from the rafters. And at the time, I didn't plan on doing a lift kit on this thing. So we put the front diff in, started putting the motor trans, all that's back in. Then decided, hey, the kid wants to put a lift on it, which means you have to drop the front diff. So word to the wise. It sucks dropping the front diff out of this thing with the motor and everything in the way. I should have done this before I put that all back in, but I had hooked up all of his new tie rods, steering linkage, everything. I had to pull it all out because that thing's smashed against the drag link and won't move, so you got to loosen everything up and take it all back apart. So that's, you know, 1 step forward, 10 steps backwards. That's how it goes when you're, you know, just not used to working on cars anymore. Did go ahead and get this all finished back up. So if anyone out there has one of these OBS trucks and you find out that your control arm's trashed or holes are wallered out, whatever, they don't make the lower control arms for these. Nobody does. And I understand the torsion bar goes in there, it's a big deal, nobody makes them. So I had to do what I didn't want to do and took some metal and welded up the holes and yeah, welded it all back together, put some other plate steel in there, lined everything back up. So I'm gonna still keep my eye open. There are some of these for sale out there on like eBay and stuff, so who knows what the quality of them is, but I'm gonna try to find one. For now, this is a good enough fix that I'm not worried about it. It's not what I wanted to do, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, you know, that old garage engineering, if you will. So as far as the got it yanked, Gonna get it all cleaned up, obviously. In order to do the lift, you have to shave down a section of these fins, because essentially you're dropping this transfer case lower and it now slides inside the frame rail, so you have to essentially make an easement in the side of this transfer case in order for that to happen, which also means I have to grind the lower frame mount off for this, and the Rough Country lift kit comes with a new mounting bracket. Essentially, I bolt it to the transfer case itself, and then, or the differential itself, I'm sorry. Locate it, and then I have to drill a hole in the frame for the new mounting bracket, which not a big deal. That's more along the lines of crap I have to do at work in the industrial side of working on stuff. Another thing is, so this here is the stock passenger side bracket, and this is the Rough Country one. And as this is a 3-inch lift and everything has to move, as you can see there, this was the lower portion of where that mounted. So you would mount the differential to there. This drops it, obviously, your 3 inches to accommodate with the lift kit, so that now when I bolt that thing back in on the other side, it's got a brand new mount for the passenger side. I am currently fighting doing the add a leaf, so unbolted the front eye to take the tension off, dropped it all down. The problem that I'm running into is the center hold nut here is basically hooked through a pin all the way through your leaf spring pack, and it is just spinning and spinning that nut. And on the back side, there isn't actually a bolt. It is, luckily they send you new ones with the kit, so it is just round. So I called up my buddy Tex, shout out to Tex, obviously, friend of mine from Texas, worked in a 4-wheel drive shop forever. He's probably done more of these than anyone else I know, and he was telling me, you know, hey, grab it with a pair of vice grips, and don't give it the ooga-doogas, because you're just gonna fuck it up, and yada yada yada. Oh, sorry, mess it up. And yeah, so far that hasn't worked, but I'm kind of at a stopping point for tonight, because I've been out here pretty much the last few hours just sweating to death, and I'm bleeding, I'm hot, and I think I'm just about done for the day. Time to go throw on some trunks and jump into the pool, cool myself off. I'm going to also swap out do the add a leaves, put the new rear shocks on back there in the rear. Then the back of this thing will be done. Once I get that all done, throw the new wheels on there. Gerst, if you see this, I'm gonna have to get a hold of you. Come up there. I got these 4 old wheels I gotta bust some tires off of and get rid of them and figure out what I'm gonna do with these other wheels. If I'm just gonna scrap them or clean them up or whatever. Obviously he's got new wheels, so I don't know what I'm gonna do with them, but somebody out there might want them. And then I gotta just start, you know, grinding away on this front differential. From what I understand, it's gonna suck, so definitely not gonna start that tonight. I did also go ahead and order a new wiring harness for the shoebox here. As you can see, everything under the dash is red. And as much as I would love to just start tracing wires and figuring out where everything goes, I went ahead and went on Speedway Motors and bought their 22 circuit universal kit. It's like $230, something like that. Along the same lines as a painless kit comes with your fuse block, all your fuses, all of your lines hooked to the fuse box already. Every wire is labeled, every however many inches, foot, whatever it is, so you know exactly where everything goes. And it's got some auxiliaries for whatever we want to end up using them for. Also, I ordered a 12 volt to 6 volt circuit piece so that we can still run the factory blower in here, because that's still a 6 volt item, and I still want to be able to have the blower, even though this thing's not going to have AC or anything. It'll probably have heat. Right now there's, as far as I know, still a heater core in this thing. I haven't actually looked that far. But I am trying to get some of these projects out of here, or at least to where they can move under their own power, so I can move stuff in and out, get this garage cleaned up and actually organized, instead of coming out here with the intent of work and cleaning for an hour and then making another mess. And but I also have to get this truck driving so that I can kind of drive it back and forth to work before I hand it over to my kid and just let him run around town in it. So yeah. I am planning on ordering myself a GoPro probably tonight, so hopefully in the future here I will actually be able to set up and record and actually have recordings of working on stuff, because at the current moment I'm doing this all on my phone and it's kind of a pain in the butt to try to work on stuff and move your phone around. And anyone who's done this probably knows what I'm talking about, but you're probably way better at this than I am. Most of my videos are just me talking about crap that I did without showing you what I did. So, you know. But yeah. Hope everyone's doing well. If I ain't heard from you, I'm hoping that you're doing well. Reach out. Reach out to people, loved ones. Hold them close to you. You never know what's gonna happen tomorrow. I could never post a video again. You never know. Hung out with some old friends from my old job, which was real cool. Fortunately, my buddy's going through some times and needed a shoulder. Needed to talk. That's what you do, man. So if you need to talk, throw me a comment, man. I don't care who you are. I don't care where you are. I'm not a big judging person, man. I'm pretty open about things. If you need to talk to somebody, I'll listen, man. I may not have the advice for you. I may not tell you what you want to hear. That's probably for sure. You're going to hear what you need to hear. You're probably not going to hear what you want to hear sometimes. That's how life should be. That's how friends should be. You have a friend in your life who's always telling you yes, 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 never checking you. Is that dude really a friend? Is that chick really a friend? Your real friends are going to tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. Keep that in mind. Keep your circle small. My circle is like almost non-existent. And the people that are in that circle don't live anywhere near me. So, guys, have a great one, and I will catch you again on the next one.